Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to this edition of SportsView on NairMedia.tv. All the information is on the blue strip, if you can see, and you can comment live into the studio. We're going live at the moment on Facebook, LinkedIn, and our YouTube channel. Good evening, Darwin.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Joe.
Good evening, Joe.
Evening, Pat. Evening, Darwin. Good to have you back from your suspension.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, that was
You're
it.
still good.
I threatened to support one hurling team, and I got banned.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, yeah. Was it in green? We were in green. Anyway, we'll have more about that later on in the program, actually. But we generally begin with soccer, and there's some event beginning next Thursday night. Probably the biggest sporting event in the world at this stage, we would safely say. That's the FIFA World Cup being held in the USA and Mexico, is it? Or Canada?
And Mexico, yeah.
Mexico. USA, Canada, and Mexico. And there are 48 teams competing this year, this World Cup, you know. If it gets any bigger, they'll have to run it over a 12 months by the look of it, you know. I don't know. What do you think of it anyway, John? What do you think? 48 teams?
Money making, isn't it? That's all it is. It's more fixtures and whatever the tickets are now at. I don't know what they're at now, but it's probably about $2,000 a ticket now, isn't they?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's getting pretty ridiculous. But, you know, to be honest, when you think about it, we have how many countries in the world playing?
178, I think.
178, right? And there used to only be 16 to start off with. You know, so everybody else was kind of kept out of the competition. And it was mainly European teams, you know, that were competing in it. So, you know, to open it up to the rest of the world and give them an opportunity to be on this stage, I think it's great. I mean, think how back in 1958, was it, when Northern Ireland and Wales qualified for it, you know, and the excitement that was there. And then, you know, afterwards when Northern Ireland went again and then Ireland went. And so I think that, you know, there's so many good players around the world that it's going to be really interesting to see how it all comes together and how it all plays out.
It will. There's no doubt about that. It will. But I think the idea of being more inclusive and trying to include more teams on principle is a good one. But we don't want 6-0 and 7-0 and 8-0 in games at the World Cup, you know. And I think this World Cup, more than anything else, has the potential for that.
Well, I think though that, you know, with the way the game has grown throughout the world, I mean, it's like golf. Let's look at how many Asians are playing golf now and what have you, and different nationalities.
Yes.
There were so few and far between when we started watching golf in the 60s and 70s that it was, you know, and now some of these players are the top players in the world, especially on the women's side of it. So, you know, and I think the thing that's happening the most is that the coaching has gotten better.
Universal, yeah.
You know, they're starting to reach out and get coaches from different cultures coming into the various countries, and they're, you know, what might have at one point been a disorganized team that was very creative, now all of a sudden they're a little bit more organized and can defend as groups and understand how to do that. And it's not just throwing the ball out anymore, you know. So I'm going to be very interested to see how it all plays out.
You think about it, like the Africa Cup, that's helped all those African countries to actually get to the World Cups, really, hasn't it? Because you think now, I mean, they've been saying for ages, haven't they, when will an African team win the World Cup? But if you think about it, there's at least 2 or 3 that you go, well, actually, they're decent teams, aren't they?
Yeah.
if you think
Yeah,
about it.
well, Ghana have qualified. South Africa have qualified for it. Morocco, uh,
Ivory Coast.
Ivory
Yeah,
Coast. Yeah. Well,
Actually,
Thursday
yeah,
night, Thursday night you have South Africa and Mexico. Thursday night on GMT, it's on at 8 o'clock. Then you
well,
have
Tunisia have qualified.
yeah, they have
Uh, so you have Egypt, Iran, uh, Senegal, like you said, Algeria,
Cape Verde.
Jordan, uh, Congo, Uzbekistan, Ghana. So you're looking at, you're looking at a lot of different people and teams. And look at what Morocco has been like,
yeah,
Yeah,
you know. Uh, so it's going to be really, I think it's going to be, I hope that, I hope that there's not going to be any blowouts like, we're talking about earlier. And I
yeah,
hope that it's really competitive. And I think that there might be a couple of big guns get black eyes in this.
yeah.
there's no doubt about that.
There's
Yeah.
a few banana skins, isn't there?
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you looked at, of course, we're hoping to be England here, Derwin.
Well, and let's face it, England's first game is actually probably they're going to be a hell of a test, isn't it? Croatia.
Well,
Yes,
I was just looking at that. That is going to be. Um, I think that game probably determines who's going to
Yeah,
win that group.
it
yeah,
will, because the loser will be uphill battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's just,
the last thing you want to have happen to you in a round robin tournament like that is to lose the first game.
yeah, yeah. And
So
and
on Friday
England.
night at 3 o'clock in the morning, we have South Korea and the Czech Republic, followed by at 8 p.m. that Friday, at 8 p.m. GMT, Canada and Bosnia. That's the makings of a good match, Canada and Bosnia, you know.
yeah,
You
that
think
would be a good
Bosnia have
game.
got the edge in that, wouldn't you?
The,
But
uh,
there's a lot of Canadians playing around the place, and
yeah, Ireland played them recently in a friendly to 1-1 the other
yeah.
night. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I think Canada's biggest problem right now is going to be getting their injured players fit if they're able to do that, because
yeah.
that some of their better players are struggling. But that's going to be that is going to be an interesting game, right? Where is that one being played?
I don't know. I didn't put down the venue now with it. On Saturday, then for the weekend coming for soccer enthusiasts, Qatar and Switzerland, 8 o'clock our time, 8 p.m. Brazil and Morocco, 11 p.m. on Saturday night. That is the makings of a good team, a good game, Brazil and Morocco. And the USA and Paraguay at 2 o'clock in the morning, our time. These are GMT times. You have to look up your own times. Um, Scotland are beginning their campaign on Sunday against Haiti at 2 o'clock in the morning, Darwin. 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
there'll be a bit of
And
voodoo going on the night before there, won't there?
That'd
Austria.
be that'd be 4 o'clock in the afternoon for me, by the way. So I don't want to make you jealous or anything like that.
we'll phone you up with the result.
Hey,
I think
for
I'll
the
be
first time, I don't know how long I'm actually going to be the one that having to stay up all night to watch matches.
I think the Haiti Scotland game is just going to be highlights for me the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Austria and Turkey looks
Especially
a good
before
decent game as well. That's at 5 o'clock in the morning, Austria and Turkey. And Germany and Curacao, I know who they are. Excuse my ignorance. 6
Caribbean
o'clock.
island, didn't they?
Are they?
Yeah.
Netherlands and I can't read my. I know who the Netherlands are playing. I'll stop at their 9 o'clock. But the Irish ladies soccer team are one game away from qualification for the World Cup, which is no mean feat considering the disastrous start they had in the group. They beat the Netherlands Friday night in Cork 3-2. Now they're playing France tomorrow night. If by any chance they can rise to the occasion and beat France and top the group, they'll have automatic qualification. On the other hand, if they lose, they still have one more chance. They'll be top seed in a final qualification group. So we wish them well. That's the Irish Ladies Soccer Team. It's on at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Did you see this story? Huh?
So did you do your homework like you were supposed to?
Which?
To pick the group winners from all the groups in the World Cup.
We'll come to that later.
You forgot.
Did you see it? I was away for the week, sure. That's I was away at work. It was a working week we had.
Yeah, you were waiting to see all the first matches in the groups. That's what you were waiting for.
Yeah.
Well, I've done my homework, so
You have?
just to let you.
Joe, I can't even join in because I didn't even get the memo.
Oh well, you can still pick before it starts. So here's my one as I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I have Mexico for Group A, Group B, Switzerland, Group C, Brazil, Group D, US, but that is going to be, I think, going to be a tough group with Paraguay in it. Group E, Germany, F, Netherlands, G, Belgium, H, Spain, I, France, J, Argentina, K, Portugal, and L, England. Now, all those, I think, because of the increase in the groups, I think that they're kind of, I think the most interesting ones are going to be the second place ones. Who finish in second place.
There's 32 teams to go through to the second round.
Right.
So that means that there'll be 8 groups of 2, there'll be 16, and there'll be the third best placed teams then after that.
Right.
So there'll be almost 3 going out of except for 4 groups. So anyway, we'll see it as it evolves. Christian Eriksen, did you read the story about him?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, he collapsed again, but he has a pacemaker fitted.
He's got a defibrillator.
Huh?
He's got a defibrillator.
A mini one.
Yeah.
Is that what he's got?
Yeah, so if his heartbeat gets out of rhythm, it shocks it back in. Whereas a pacemaker basically keeps it pumping along.
Yeah, but he was able to walk to the ambulance, which is a good sign. But there's people on the social media now obviously saying all different things. But I think it's down to the man himself. Anyway, I think that I think he should retire now at this stage. You know.
Yeah, well, it's all right. People saying that, but sometimes the drug of football is very hard to give up the competitive edge of it, and but I think you're right. I think that fool me once, fool me twice, and the third time so maybe.
But we don't know what the problem is with his heart. We don't know what it is. I'm not. Yes.
Well,
By the way, as we run football, we just got a comment in here. Did the CIA poison Gordon Banks? There is a 7-part series with Gordon's grandson Ed Banks called Foul Play on Apple Podcasts. So did you see or did you read about the story?
I haven't read that story. No, I didn't see that one. Although it has been said before that Banksy, before the Germany game, West Germany game in Mexico, that there was a bit of foul play in it.
What they do? They do bad fish.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that that story has been around for a while, but
what would be the purpose of it?
Well, I mean, Banksy was probably the top goalkeeper in the world at the time.
Was?
So and they're playing Germany in the quarterfinal, right? And it meant that Peter Benetti would be his backup and would go on goals. So, and whoever, according to whatever it was, Germany would have a better chance with Benetti in there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was, I mean, that was the thing that they were talking about. But there's so many things that you could read into that game because I mean, England were 2-0 up in that game.
There's so many conspiracy theories.
Taking Charlton off was the error.
Well, and it was because it freed up Beckenbauer to do what he wanted to do, or what Germany wanted him to do. But at 2-0, and you're bringing on a player of Colin Bell's quality, you're thinking, you know what, we're okay here. We're going to be okay. We've got an experienced team.
Was that the 1970 World Cup?
Yeah.
I thought, it's only in my opinion, and all the opinions are all opinions here. I thought that England had the potential to win that World Cup, and I think it got overshadowed by the Brazilian team, and rightly so, I suppose. The Brazilian team were very, very good. I think the CIA wanted to ensure, according to the storyline, that they wouldn't upset the political situation in Brazil at the time. I have no idea. I don't even know what to talk.
It's, I'd have to say that that'd be an interesting one in itself, because you could go back to the World Cup in Argentina in was it 78?
Yeah.
When they won and the things that were going on there. So
there was an awful lot of shenanigans going on there in that World Cup.
So we don't know. So it's kind of like he said, she said, and what have you. But I still think it would have been very difficult for England to win that World Cup in those conditions.
You're right there. I know it's easy to see it now, being so far removed.
Right.
I don't think any team would have beaten Brazil, in that World Cup. They had such a good team. They had a very good team.
They did, and I mean, England played them really well in the first game. So, but the longer that England were going to be over there in that weather and what have you, the more I think it was going to take out of them, and it would have stretched their resources a little bit too much, I think, in that. And Brazil were just, I mean, they were just
untouchable.
They were brilliant, yeah.
They were untouchable. We were talking about this man, in case you didn't know, we were talking about Christian Eriksen. Him, ex-Man United, didn't he spend a few years at ex-Man United?
Yeah.
He's with Wolfsburg now in Germany. That's who he's playing with, Wolfsburg. Anyway, we wish him well, we hope to see. And we wish that the World Cup will be the spectacle, especially for armchair addicts like ourselves. That'll keep us awake and interested. There was I think one of the greatest sporting stories this weekend, in my opinion, without a shadow of a doubt, is for a lot of people who are competing in sports with disabilities of some sort. It's difficult enough to compete at the elite level, being fully fit, but attempting to compete at the elite level with some impediment is twice as bad. And this man epitomizes unbelievable, courage. He's a grade 1 diabetic. That's Sarajevo. He's pictured there with his dad and with the white cap. And he won his first Grand Slam at the age of 29 in Roland Garros over the weekend. And his granny and his dog, they were all in the audience watching him. I think he's overcome a lot of adversity, and I think it's a fantastic story, in my opinion. That he won his Grand Slam. he has the monkey off his back now, you know.
Yeah, there was a great post by Novak Djokovic. Knew him from when he was a kid.
Yes,
Djokovic played with his brother. They played and competed against each other. And
yeah,
Djokovic's younger brother played with him
Zarev,
in
yeah,
in their time together, growing up and what have you. So it was really neat to see that. I didn't realize that he was a grade 1 diabetic. That that really is some
yeah.
achievement to be able to handle that
Yes,
and do what he did.
yeah, absolutely. I know I have a son-in-law who's diabetic, you know, so I have appreciation of what they have to watch, and
Oh
you
yeah,
know, more so we can go out and make tea and have our cream bun or whatever anytime we like. We don't even think about these things. They, every step of their life is has to be, you have to be aware of it, you know, and training and all of that. Anyway, I think it's fantastic, you know. It would be churlish of me before I do it now because I want to get it over with. It would be
you
churlish of
know
me.
what's coming here, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh
to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Limerick won the Munster final yesterday in hurling against Cork at Portkeefe to a full house, 43,000 people. And their sugar daddy was in the audience, JP McManus as well. And I'm sure he enjoyed it. But well done to Limerick. We'll meet you again along the road, but we wish you the best for the future. It was a fantastic achievement, you know. And that's their seventh Munster title out of the last eight. So it's an incredible run that they're on, you know. It was
Yeah.
dull conditions, rain and wind, and it wasn't good for hurling, you know, but it wasn't good for flashy hurling. Anybody who was not a follower of the game, I don't think they'd have the patience to watch the whole of it. There was nothing wrong with the game, except the skill level on both sides was was outstanding for the conditions, and well done. As I said, we'll meet again some sunny days, the song says, but well done to Limerick, and well done to the boss as well. She shared the picture with me, you know, knowing full well from where I was going to go. However, anyway, now let's move on to
It's interesting though, Pat. I mean, I was reading an article in the Independent last week
yeah,
that hurling has something like maybe a dozen games left.
five
This
left
is
now.
what's that?
There's only five left now in it.
So they've only 5 left now. And how many games have Gaelic football got left?
Well, 32 counties in Ireland play football at a decent level. About eight counties out of the 32 play hurling at an elite level. So that's the comparison between both of them, you know.
Right. But
So
I mean, shouldn't the All Ireland final be played on when the sun is splitting the flags? You know, I mean, not in June or early July when it could be raining. You
yeah,
know, I mean, hurling is a summer sport.
hurling is full of dry sod, as I say, dry sod, dry underfoot, and
Yeah,
winds are you can deal with wind,
yeah.
but wet you can't.
I mean,
And
Does it?
Gaelic football you can play in any conditions.
oh, you can, yeah,
It's like soccer. I mean, and
yeah,
rugby, you can play them in any conditions,
can, yeah.
really. But
Does it
But
get?
hurling,
Does it get harder in the wet because the bat gets wet?
well, your hurley gets wet and it absorbs rain, wet, and the sliotar as well gets a bit heavier. So there's a lot to contend with, you know.
and then there's catching the ball and everything when it's wet,
Yeah, yeah,
slippery, and the whole
yeah.
thing.
An
And
impact.
it's just, you know, I mean, you think about it, you're doing so many things. You know, you're running, you're swinging a hurley, and there's just so many things that are all going into the game to make it when you're playing on a wet pitch to watch your footing
And
and
just to balance it up, as we're talking about hurling, there's a little snippet here of probably one of the greatest hurlers that ever played the game.
Powerful. He was a powerful hurler. He was a very shy, quiet, retiring guy. Exceptional. Marvellous. They're all set, man. Superman. Great intensity.
unique and genius what is. The late Micheál O'Hare used to always talk about the flick of the wrist when Christy Ring was hot. He had great wrist work. He had all the skills. He was a great man to hit a ball in the air. He was a good ground hog. He was a good free taker. He could huddle right and left. He could solo. He was very brave. Any one of the 130 skills I'm told that the game of hurling has.
There you are. The game of hurling has 130 skills that you have to master. And there was Christy Ring. He was the first hurler to win 8 All-Ireland medals in 41, 2, 3 and 4, 46, 52, 3 and 4. That's when he won his medals. But he dropped dead of a heart attack at the age of 59 in 1979. So he was a fantastic squash player as well because his hand-eye coordination, He was playing squash up to in his late 50s, at a reasonably competitive level. And that was both people. If you want to know more about Christy Ring, my phone number is in the bottom there. You can give me a ring anytime. But he has some Klein down in Cork. He's Cork. But anyway,
you're talking about like legends and stuff like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Watch a documentary. I think it's on Amazon, and it's called Road. And it's all about the Dunlop family, as in Michael Dunlop.
And Joey.
Joey Dunlop, Michael Dunlop, William, and I can't remember the other guy's name, the 2 sons. So 3 generations of Dunlops.
I'm a TV.
It's a unbelievable documentary.
Road.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Yeah. It shows how the father died on a bike.
Yeah.
Then Robert and Joey obviously die on the bikes during the TT race.
Yes.
You've got to watch it because it's just a phenomenal documentary about, I'm going to say, dedication, bravery. Unbelievable. You cannot. They've got early cameras, like they weren't GoPros. They were obviously early video cameras strapped onto the handlebars when Joey Dunlop's winning the TT races.
Yeah.
And you had no concept of how fast they're going. Joey Dunlop died at the TT doing 220, and his rear wheel disintegrated. And I don't mean the tyre; I mean the actual alloy wheel.
Yeah.
Disintegrated, and that's what killed. He crashed headfirst into someone's garden wall. Then you've got Robert, who comes back from a life-threatening injury, not just where he basically nearly loses his right arm and his right leg, gets told he'll never walk again, gets told he'll never ride a bike again. 14 months later, wins the TT race.
My goodness.
Then dies at Cookstown. Dies at the TT race, sorry. With his 2 sons riding in the same race. And they are, at the time of the death, they are 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the race.
Goodness me.
And the dad went past the 2 sons, and the eldest one, William, is like looking at the back of the bike, and there's smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe, but it was like, wasn't like white smoke or dark smoke, it was just smoking. And he's gone past them at about 230 miles an hour. And the bike seizes up. So the smoke coming out the back was oil. And the engine seizes, and he catapults himself, like probably it was something ridiculous. It was like nearly 900 degrees of catapulting off the bike,
Yeah.
and the bike hits the curb and dies by the roadside. But the two boys stop their bikes and get off, and he dies in one of their arms.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And it goes into then about the career, how the mum and the wives were like, "You've got to stop riding these bikes, guys," because the grandfather went, the uncle went, your dad went. You know, the writing's on the wall where you're going to die. And the day before Robert Dunlop's funeral, the two boys go and race at Cookstown. And like the family can't believe they're going to go and race. Anyway, they come first and second in the race. And one of them nearly kind of says, "That was for my dad," and you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the most unbelievable documentary. We're all interested in sport. If you watch it, if you watch it and next week tell me that did not move you, then you're not really into sport, because
Well,
it's amazing.
well, I'm sold anyway. I'll watch it now. I'm sold. It's called Road. Road is the documentary.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It goes about Joey Dunlop, where he's just winning everything, and like he's the world's best guy on a bike, and how he loses it all, but he can't give up the thrill of riding a motorbike. And then he turns around to his brother, and his brother goes back to racing after all the injuries, and they decided it was like, yeah, look, we're going to go and do this once more, and then we're going to stop. And Joey wins it from nowhere. He's not expected to win it, but he wins it, and he's won it in like a record time, and he's like in his mid-40s at that stage.
Yeah, Joey Dunlop, yeah.
And then the following year, the brother has the massive big accident. I mean, it's a phenomenal program.
Yeah. It's amazing when it's concentrated on one family for 3 generations. It's Road. We recommend it very much. Road. If you're up late nights waiting for. Is it one episode
Yeah,
or two?
it's about an hour and a half, and it's just one program. It's Liam Neeson does the commentary, the narrating. And it's just a phenomenal thing. And I watched another one yesterday, which was Kevin Bridges and The Beautiful Game. And he's obviously a massive, big Scottish fan. He's a Scottish comedian, but he goes to Brazil. And Joe, I don't know if you know this, but who took football to Brazil?
Who brought football?
Yeah, they didn't play football in Brazil at all. It was not a game of a sport they had.
Wasn't it miners that took it to? So
Tam Miles, I think his name was, who was a Scottish guy who went there as he was a miller. He worked in the mills.
Yeah.
And in his luggage to go over there and earn some money from sort of the cotton and all the rest of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He took a ball with him in his luggage.
Football.
And that's how football got into Brazil.
What's that one called?
Kevin Bridges and The Beautiful Game.
Oh yeah.
He goes into those pueblos, the poor ghettos.
Yeah.
Where all the players come from.
Yeah.
And he meets Cafu. And he meets, and he says that they go into one in Rio de Janeiro, which is like he wasn't allowed to go in there without asking the gangs if it's okay that he comes in. And then they take him to a place where some of the Brazilian players have paid for the football cage to be built, and they supply balls and kit and what have you like that. And it shows all these kids. And then they go down onto Copacabana beach, and they're watching the kids play on the beach, and adults and girls and women and
yeah.
And there's they have a beach World Cup, and Brazil win the beach World Cup every year, and they show the beach where they're just having a kickabout, keepy ups, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But they're not just keepy ups; they're doing somersaults and passing it to the next guy with a backflip.
So they really took the game and made it their own. Really, if you want to look at another way.
I mean, this guy was saying that there was a journalist there, and Kevin Bridges is talking to him, and he's in the Maracana,
yeah.
And he's talking to the journalist, and the journalist says, "We don't play football. We play this thing called the beautiful game.
Yes.
We don't call it football. It's a beautiful game.
Yes.
And it's the kids are learning it, and they're like telepathic. And when I was watching it, it made me think about what Pele said about the goal, where he's just outside the box and he just passes to the right, and I think it's Revellino comes in and hits it.
Yeah.
Pele says he didn't look. He just knew that if he put the ball there, Revellino would come in.
Well, wasn't that Carlos Alberto?
Well, is it? I thought Revellino, but
yeah, I think it was Carlos Alberto in the World Cup
the volley from the right side of the box.
He ran onto the pass.
Yeah, he runs on and just hits it like an exorcist.
He went on the overlap and he just knew he was going to be there. Yeah.
But Pele just said he didn't look. He just knew he would be there. And all he had to do was lay it off that way. And then, the rest is history, isn't it? But but this journalist was saying that the little kids, they go to this place up in the ghetto area, and the kids haven't even got shoes on. And they're playing on tarmac. They're playing on, it's not AstroTurf or anything like that.
No.
And they've got no shoes on, and they're playing barefoot, and they are just the skill level is unbelievable.
Yeah, and that documentary is Kevin Bridges' The Beautiful Game.
Yeah, he flies out there.
There's two documentaries now. We have the One Road, and the other one is Kevin Bridges' The Beautiful Game. During the World Cup, you can watch both, and they're very entertaining. I want to thank you for that. Now I'll be able to watch something tonight. Now that means something. We're looking forward to see all the old boys at the World Cup, like Ronaldo. I was over in Portugal last week and saw Ronaldo's picture and Scott everywhere, just everywhere. You couldn't go into a chemist shop or these pictures on the window. You have to have what's his name, Ronaldo, and you have Zeko, and you have Messi, all touching 40, 41. Zeko is 40. He's playing with the Czech Republic, is it? Who does Edmund Dzeko play for? The Czech Republic, is it? I'm not too sure.
Is he Czech Republic or is he Croatia?
It's one of the two, I think. I want to say Croatia.
Yeah, we'll have a look now.
Because he'll be with matey boy, the midfielder. What's his name?
Oh, Modric.
Modric, yeah. I think that England-Croatia game is the game of the first round, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't disagree. I mean, I looked at the thing this morning, and that's one of the that is.
We're both wrong. We're both wrong. He's Bosnia.
Well,
Bosnia.
Not a million miles away, was it?
Yeah.
And Bosnia are playing.
They were all part of Yugoslavia, right? In the old days. Yeah.
They won the European Championship, didn't they? Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
One time. Anyway, there was a few golf tournaments on over the weekend. The first women's US Open in women's golf was held over the weekend, and one of my favorite golfers I've mentioned here is Charlie Hull. she was very unlucky in that she missed out by one stroke. Nelly Corda, I suppose, the top women's golfer of our time since Annika Sorensen. She won the Women's Open -8, 73, 67, 67, and 69. Charlie Hull, the first two rounds she shot 73 and 72, but then she came good in third and fourth round, 65 and 67, but she's a very good golfer. So that was she was the best of the Europeans, for the want of another word, you know. Anyway, it's good to see her doing well. In the Memorial Tournament, is that in Ohio, is it? In
Yeah.
Muirfield? Yeah.
Muirfield, yeah.
Did Nicholas design the course as well?
Yeah. Nicholas used to own the whole place. And then when he went back in the mid-80s, I think it was, when he went through a really funny patch with some investments and different things, and he had to sell it. And they kept him on as, like, you know, the chairman or whatever, but yeah, he sold it out. Muirfield Village.
Yeah. J.T. Poston, that's a new name for me. J.T. Poston won it in the playoff, -12. Rory McIlroy finished at -4, and Shane Lowry finished at -1. So that was the Memorial Tournament. It looked to be in Live Golf till Hatton won the Live Golf tournament in Andalusia in Spain, and Hatton would be a good bet for the Irish Open, would he? I don't know.
It depends on the weather, doesn't it? I mean, it can blow at the Irish Open, can't it?
Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Where is it at this year? The Irish Open.
In what's the name of the place? I'll ask my son in a minute. The Irish Open is in Doonbeg, is it?
But there, it's a yeah. Doonbeg.
Mr. Trump's course, Doonbeg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doonbeg. Oh, that's by the sea, by the Atlantic Ocean. So you have
Oh yeah.
yeah, you have plenty of wind there anyway, definitely without a doubt, you know.
You get the good old Kilkee breeze.
They've
Yeah, I tell you.
fitted it in the lead up towards the Open, haven't they?
Yeah. So that's it's sold out already. Some of it is sold out because of the Ryder Cup. They're gone golf mad. But anyway,
It's big in Ireland, isn't it?
huh?
The golf is big in Ireland. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
It-
Golf is very popular.
it's underrated a bit, golf in Ireland, because it gets shadowed by Scotland, doesn't it? Everybody thinks Scotland.
If you're trying to get a game the weekend as an ordinary Joe, so you'll find it very, very difficult to get a game of golf in the weekend within driving distance of where you live, you know. You have to go miles away to get a game of golf. So it is very popular. And Formula One were in Monaco over the weekend, and one of the most exciting drivers, I'm excited about it now. I'm interested in now, guys. I think Antonelli from Italy, he won the Monaco Grand Prix, and Lewis Hamilton was a close second, and Hadjar was third. So Antonelli is leading the Grand Prix on 156 points. Lewis Hamilton is in second place on 90 points. Russell is in third on 88. So Lewis Hamilton, is he getting another lease of life? I don't know, but he's still a fantastic driver. In rugby, they won the Premiership over in England in rugby. Northampton versus Leicester, and Bath versus Exeter for the title. They're the two semi-finals over the weekend. And in Ireland, the United Rugby Championship, Glasgow, who have been very consistent all the year in the United Rugby Championship, lost out at home to the Bulls 22-21. So the Bulls and Minster qualified for that final. Minster beat the Stormers at home 20 points to 11, a dog game, but Minster qualified for the final of the URC. They'll be playing the Bulls, and I think they have home advantage for that. Mira Andreeva from Russia, 19 years of age, won the Roland Garros women's final. If I forgot to mention the last time, you know. And There you go. In GA and hurling now, what we have is Limerick, as a result of their win in Munster, are straight into the semi-final, the Ireland semi-final. Galway beat Dublin in the other this final, and they're into the other semi-final. So Galway and Limerick are in the semi-final. Then Cork are playing Offaly in the quarter-final, and the winners will meet Galway in the semi-final. And Dublin are playing Clare in the other quarter-final, and the winners of that will meet Limerick in the other semi-final. So if Cork keep winning, they could meet Limerick again in the other final. I don't know how that will work out. But anyway, we don't know. We won't hold up. But in rugby, in the top 14, Toulouse top the table. Montpellier, Stade Francais, Pau, Racing 92, and La Rochelle. They're the top 6 in France. And let me see. Joe called out the winners if you missed to make in the back in the program. Joe called out the winners of the top 8 groups, in the World Cup. So you can have your bets laid down for that, And you have somebody to blame, which is good when you lose. You need somebody to blame. Instead of punching the wall.
Did you speaking of the World Cup? Did you read the Independent at all this weekend?
No.
They have the top 50 players ever in the World Cup.
Really?
From 50 to 1. From 50 down to 1.
Who's number 1?
I'll give you one guess.
Pele.
Yeah. Pele. I suppose it is probably a area of mine that a player like George Best, because of where he was born, doesn't figure in those lists,
Yeah, and most of the guys that are in there have played in the finals of the World Cup. Like the top 3, Pele, Maradona number 2, and Messi number 3.
Ronaldo, where's he?
Who was number 3, Joe?
Ronaldo's down probably at about 7 or 8. I was just trying to pull it up there again to see if it would come up. But
who was number 3?
Messi.
Wow.
Pele,
Maradona, Messi were 1, 2, and 3.
I wouldn't put Messi.
Bobby Charlton was in there.
I wouldn't put Messi at number 3.
Number 9, maybe.
I don't think Messi was
in there at 7.
I wouldn't think that Messi was as impactful as Pele or Maradona, for instance. I think Maradona was far, far better player than Messi ever was.
No, he played basketball. He cheated.
Huh?
He cheats.
Who, Maradona?
Yeah.
We don't count that because it was against England. You should know that by now.
That was basketball. What he was doing. I mean, that was outrageous, really, wasn't it?
You know, though, you have to ask the question, right?
The second
how does a 5'6"
guy
out jump Peter Shilton?
Yeah.
Skill.
Yeah, I mean, and Shilton with his arms extended as well. That's is kind of like And how does the referee miss it?
If I were I'd still give him the goal.
I mean, the second goal was brilliant, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
My God.
There's no taking away from that. But I think though, Pat, you're right. In some ways, Messi. I don't think Messi deserves to be there for the World Cup. I mean, because he's won it the one time, but the rest of the time, I mean, Pele won 3 World Cups. Maradona won 2.
Yeah.
And then you've got the likes of Beckenbauer and people like that who've won 1 or 2. And
to be interesting to see one of my favorite players, Gerd Muller.
Gerd Muller was on the list. Some of the other lads.
Was Mario Kempes in there?
Mario Kempes.
I didn't see Kempes might have been in there towards the 50s, back end of it.
Yeah, fabulous.
Mateus was in there.
Yeah.
Um,
What about the diver from Germany that played with Spurs?
Oh,
oh,
Klinsmann.
Klinsmann.
Yeah.
I don't.
Jurgen.
I'm not sure if Klinsmann was in there. I'm not sure if he was or
I
not.
know. Do you know Klinsmann? I think was one of the German players at the time when Germany weren't that great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he came along at the wrong time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
have. Yeah, Ruud Voller was in there.
Yeah.
Rudy Muller. Yeah. Yeah.
Was in there.
Lothar Matthäus.
Yeah.
Lothar Matthäus was in there.
He was a hard man. A hard man. And what about
Dino Zoff.
Who?
Dino Zoff.
No, Dino Zoff wasn't in there. What's his? Lev Yashin was in there.
Was Banks
oh,
in there?
he,
Banks was in there.
who?
Gordon
Gordon
Banks.
Banks.
Oh yeah, he'd have to be in there. What
Bobby
about
Moore was in there.
any English
Martin
players?
Peters was in there. I
Oh, what's
think.
it?
Ardiles, right?
Ardiles wasn't in there. No,
No.
not in the top 50. No, not that I remember.
Was
Trying
there
to
any?
think. I mean, guys like Jules Fontaine.
Yeah.
Puskas.
Puskas was in there. Um,
Di Stefano?
the guy that was the captain of the 54 team that beat Hungary in the final was in there, German. He and his brother were the two other brothers that won the World Cup final, like the Charltons.
Yeah.
He was there. I think he was number 50.
Bobby Moore? Bobby Moore?
Bobby Moore was in there.
Yeah.
He was.
Lovely player. Fabulous player.
Paolo Rossi was in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Iniesta was in there. Who was the other Spanish Real Madrid guy that was in midfield?
Johan Cruyff, I guess, was in there.
Johan Cruyff was in there.
Nayskins?
Nayskins wasn't in there, I don't think. And that surprised me because I would have had Nayskins in there.
What about the Van der Kerkhoff twins?
No, none of those guys in there. No.
Rijkaard?
Maldini. Rijkaard wasn't in there. No.
What about surely a man from Italy was there? Pirlo.
Ronaldo.
Brazil.
Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Eusebio?
I think Eusebio was in there.
The Black Pearl.
And then Ronaldinho was in there.
What about Zidane?
Zidane was in there. Maldini was in there.
He was good at heading the ball and hitting lads as well.
Yeah.
The Parisian kiss.
I try to think who else was in there. But I mean, it was a list that was really really interesting. Heidi Guti, I think, was in there. And then, who is it? Was it the guy that holds the record for goals in the at the World Cup? The French guy.
Not Deschamps.
No. Was it? No, wasn't it Jules Fontaine? Was it?
Fontaine.
Yeah, he scored 13 goals at the World in the.
Fontaine is the record.
Yeah, he was in the same team as Raymond Kopa. So, it was really interesting just to see.
Will France be the champions?
Carlos Alberto was in there as well. Roberto Carlos was in there.
Well, Roberto Carlos was a sensational player.
I wonder, was Cafu in there? Because he lifted the World Cup, didn't he?
I think he was in there, yeah.
Yeah,
I think he was in there.
He won.
Garrincha was in there, and oh God, what was the other guy? Dida, I want to say, but that doesn't sound right. But yeah, he was one of the early ones as well with Pele and those guys from the 52
So
50 team, 50.
how many Republic of Ireland players would we put in there?
There was none.
Huh?
None.
How many would we put in there if we were
How
picking?
many would we put in there?
Well, I'd say Paul McGrath would be one.
He would have been a player that could have been in that.
He
Yes.
was Australia, and I'd say probably Giles and Liam Brady.
They would be capable of being in there. Roy Keane would have been capable of being in there.
Those
I
three or
mean,
four.
Didier Deschamps was in there as defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
So
Pat Jennings?
no Pat Jennings.
What was the other fella? Emmanuel Petit.
No, not in there.
Thierry Henry?
Not in there. No.
No, it's just football we're talking about, not handball.
Yeah.
Again, but hang on, Maradona was second.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
That
but
was
there's a big difference. That he didn't get in because of that.
We don't count any mistakes against England.
I'm gonna next time I'm down at my mum and dad's place, I'm gonna get that T-shirt out for you, Pat.
Yeah.
My mum used to wear a T-shirt whenever
Yeah.
Wales were, because she was Welsh. Every Welsh game, rugby, and football, to be fair. I'm talking even when she lived in Wembley, right?
Yeah.
And we are a stone's throw from the stadium.
Yeah.
She used to wear this T-shirt. I support every team that's playing against England.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far now, like, you know.
I know she used to wear it. She'd come some nights to Wembley to watch England play.
Well, I want to
If
see.
you
She'd
wear
have that underneath her coat, and we'd be like, "Don't take your coat off, Mum."
Oh dear.
We got a name in here for the list as well, Joe. Thanks, Dave. He just got his comment in. Roger Miller
Oh, Roger Miller is on there. Yeah.
from Cameroon, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on there.
he? Thank you, Mayor. It's looking good, boys. And Deschamps, he said, Didier Deschamps, he's in there as well. You know.
So yeah, I mean, they went right back to kind of the beginning of it.
The 50s.
So I mean, they went back as far as.
1954 was the first World Cup, was it?
I'm sorry, Pat. What was that?
1954 was it? Was that the first World Cup?
No, 1928 was the first World Cup.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's how
The
bad.
first two World Cups were in Uruguay, weren't they?
Yeah.
There were only a couple of teams in it, yeah.
And then Uruguay, or did Uruguay win the first two World Cups?
I think
But-
Uruguay won both, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they beat Brazil in the Maracana
Yeah.
for the second one. And I read a story of the guy that scored for Uruguay that day, and they were interviewing him, you know, and it was later in his. It was actually on TV. It was on a documentary about him, and he said there are only three people that have ever quietened a full Maracana. That was El Papa, the Pope, Frank Sinatra, and me. He scored the 2 goals in the final.
That's a good line.
The
Yeah,
Pope, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
So he was as popular as the Pope.
Frank Sinatra and oh God, I forget his name now. He's but yeah, that was something.
He was from Uruguay.
It's
Like you
isn't it, when you think about not that long ago. Obviously, now that I'm back on the show, Pat's let me back in. Couple of weeks, about 6 weeks ago.
Did you pay your fine?
I must have said something against like that. If you think back, Joe, it was only probably 6-7 weeks ago that we were talking about the best players in the world.
Yeah.
And we were, and then you like there tonight. You're saying about the top 50 in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Fascinating, really, isn't it?
Well, it is, because when you qualified, and I don't know if they. I'd have to read the article again to see how they qualified it, but you would have had to have played at the finals to be in the top 50, I think.
I'm guessing Jeff Hurst was in there.
I didn't see Jeff Hurst in there. No, I might have just missed it, because I skipped through a few of them on the early ones. I was trying to get to the nitty gritty of who they thought were the best ones.
Because I wonder what the stat is for someone who scored a hat trick in the final.
Well, so here's a question for you: Is what's his name from France?
Was it Castro? Was it?
Oh,
Fidel.
In Uruguay.
In Uruguay. I don't know. Might be. But so does Kylian Mbappe's hat trick in the World Cup final compare to Jeff Hurst's hat trick in the World Cup final? Because think about it, Mbappe scored a penalty during the game.
Yeah.
And he scored a penalty after in the shootout.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not being biased, but that's nothing like Jeff Hurst's hat trick.
No, it's not. And to me, that when they said that was a hat trick, I'm sorry, but
no, a penalty is not a real goal.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about the hat trick that Jeff Hurst got.
Right.
Oh, lads, we've got in here. We've got in here a whole host of names: Deschamps, Rudy Voller, Martin Peters, Roberto Carlos, Levi Ashton, Just Fontaine, Eusebio, Giorgino, Paulo Rossi, and Cruyff. They're all the ones that are coming in now. They must have been after reading that they're on the list. That's who we're joking. But we're delighted that you took the time out.
Hurst's hat trick, Joe, because he's got home World Cup final at Wembley, and he scored all three. He scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
Open play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a real hat trick. Open play.
Yeah.
Open play. Yeah. I mean, if you get 3 penalties, it's not a hat trick.
And don't forget, I was 3 years old, and I got taken up to watch him leave the stadium with the trophy in the front of the coat.
The way they used to do it in those days, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, they went straight from there back to Hendon Hall, which was where they were staying.
Yeah.
Then they got changed and met up with their wives there. Then they went to Lancaster Gate Hotel by the Hyde Park.
Yeah.
And that's where they spent the evening at Lancaster Gate Hotel. And I got dragged up to London with my mum's. We always knew her as that auntie, but it's like my mum's cousin who she grew up with and she lived with and everything else.
Yeah.
She was up with my nan's brother who she got married to.
Yeah.
And they were fascinated with the crowds at Wembley when they came up from Wales. They couldn't believe how busy Wembley was when matches were on. But,
but that's when there was 100,000 people at Wembley.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
But they went up to London. I was 3 years old. My brother hadn't even been born at that stage. And my dad drove around London all night long showing the relatives, not the sights because they'd seen all the sights, but the crowds in Trafalgar Square and
celebrating and whatever. Yeah.
Bonkers. And I was apparently I was fast asleep in the back of the car, but
the 1966 World Cup, when just Cork won the All-Ireland that year. I was at the Cork beat Kilkenny in the hurling.
That was the last time, like England winning the World Cup. That was the last time Cork won the All Ireland as well.
On that positive note,
and you know the
60
thing,
years, 60
you know the
years
thing
of
they had in
work.
common. They both wore red in the final.
yeah.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. So you seen
Yeah.
the New England kit is red.
Yeah.
Who?
The England kit's red.
Yeah. It'll be red all over. Yeah.
60 years of hurt now, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll be back here hopefully next Monday night reviewing the results of the matches, and we wish everybody a good World Cup, including all the players, of course. And we wish England the very best. We hope they go as far, we hope they can go as far as they can, you know.
Am I
And,
supposed to think he means that, Joe?
Yeah.
and, from Joe, from Joe, we have to shout for somebody. From Dermot, from Joe, and myself.
Shout for anybody but England, you would.
Till we meet next Monday night. Take care, lads. Have a good one. Take
You
care.
shout for the Taliban if they were playing England.
Take care, lads. Yeah.
Boys.